Hi girls, it's not Friday, it's Saturday. Whoopsie daisy. So this week was Tara's week to pick, and she picked a very fun first tweet. My first tweet was listening to inspiration. It's pretty good for a writer. First YouTube video I ever made is like everyone else. It's no longer on my channel, but it was me and my then roommate Elise. We were up really late and we were going crazy from studying for finals, so we just made this video to make ourselves laugh. It was really for us. First person I subscribed to on YouTube, I really can't remember this one. I think it was either Equals3 or Glow Pinksta. My first Facebook picture was of me and my younger sister Kelly at a Friendly's, and we were taking a selfie. Do you still talk to your first love? It depends what you mean by love. I've had crushes all my life, but I didn't actually love or like someone until Amanda, so yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. What was your first alcoholic drink? My first of age alcoholic drink was a chocolate martini, but when I wasn't of age, it was just wine throughout the years. What was your first job? My first job was a page in the library, and it was amazing because it paid really well. I could just be around books all day. It was amazing. What was your first car? My first car was a Saturn SL sedan that was the color turquoise. Who was the first person to text you today? Today it was Julie. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? My friend and coworker Casey, because I woke up from a dream that she was in, but I don't remember what the dream was. Who was your first grade teacher? I actually have two. Mrs. Michelson from Arrowhead Elementary, and then Miss Brown when I moved to Scraggy Hill Elementary. Where did you go on your first ride to on an airplane? My first flight was from New York to Florida for Disney World, and it was amazing, and I love flying on planes. Who is your first best friend, and do you still talk? I actually have two best friends growing up when I was a kid. It was Elizabeth and Kenny. They were my neighbors, and no, we do not talk. Elizabeth moved away, and then I moved, and I have not heard of or talked to them at all, and I've tried to find them on Facebook, but I don't remember their last names, and it's just really hard to find them. Where was your first sleepover? My first sleepover was in second grade, maybe, at this girl Stacy's house. Stacy had a bunch of us over to sleep over, and she actually lost her tooth, and I remember us all agreeing that we would not tell Stacy's mom in order to see if the tooth fairy was real. So we put the tooth under her pillow, didn't tell her parents at all, and lo and behold, it was there the next morning. The tooth was still there the next morning, so mind blown. I do remember my first sleepover. What was the first thing you did this morning? The first thing I did this morning was check up on the puppy, right? Technically, the first thing I do every morning is to see whether or not I have enough time to hit the snooze button again, because I open at Starbucks and I have to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. What's the first concert you ever went to? My first concert was with my sister Kelly again, and we saw Jamie Cullum in the ballroom in New York. First broken bone? None. Nada. No, nothing broken. Nothing fractured, nothing pulled, nothing like that. First piercing were my ears, not until I was 19 years old, and my niece Justine was getting hers done at the same time, and my sister had been pressuring me into getting it all my life, and I just told her no, I'm not interested. And then she finally played the aunt-niece card, and she's like, if you want to make Justine feel better, that would be one way to do it. So I got my ears pierced for my niece. First foreign country you've gone to? Foreign country I've gone to was France. First movie you remember seeing? The very first movie I remember seeing ever, like not in theaters, but like ever, like in my earliest memory, I think was Look Who's Talking. And me and my sister would watch it in our house, like on repeat, like crazy people. But my first theater movie was Lion King? Yeah, Lion King. When was your first detention? I have never had a detention. Yep. Who was your first roommate? Elise, who I mentioned earlier. She's crazy, and I love her. I had one wish, what would it be? The short answer would be perspective, for people to have perspective. The long answer would be, I wish everyone would be made to work in the service industry for 1 month, or even 1 week. I feel like everyone should be required to do that. For some perspective. That's all I'm going to say. What was the first sport you were involved in? Soccer. Football. Because I'm Portuguese, if you did not know that. And my dad is a licensed referee, and everyone on Long Island plays in a league, and I did too. What is the first thing you do when you get home? First thing I do when I get home is take off my work clothes, because I do not want to be in them any more than I have to. I'm usually in my pajamas, like as soon as I get home. What was your first kiss? My first kiss was in kindergarten under the slide by a boy named David, and I was not asking for it. He's a bad kid. So that's it for me. That was a lot of fun. I love seeing all your faces this week. And I can't wait for Rachel's theme for next week, because it's pretty awesome and I think you guys will like it, all the viewers. Hi, by the way, to the new viewers to the channel. And yeah, that was fun. I'll see you guys next week. Everyone have a good weekend, and Julie, we will see your face on Monday. Bye!